Using a bunch of tricks, I automated and streamlined the task of getting Minecraft's new MCC Cape so you can do it easily. So first off, you just want to walk out here to the center where the crown is, push B so you can use your different emotes, and click on the wave one, and this will complete the very first challenge when it comes to the mystery cave challenges. Now we're going to teleport to the Sand of Time minigame, because this is the only minigame where you can leave at your own time and also consider completing it. This will also help us get money in order to buy all these beanies, which are needed for the majority of the challenges to be completed. And we'll get coins from this minigame, and we can also complete it by just sitting in there for 2 minutes. So let's go ahead and start it by clicking this. Then we're just going to run over here and pick up 1 extra sand so that we can actually last the 2 minutes. And then we can just go AFK by the portal and wait for the counter at the top count all the way down to just before 1 second. But a better use of this time is to get the 250 coins before we can buy our first beanie, which will help us get the rest of the different challenges completed. So to do this, we're going to go and kind of do a little route to pick up these coins. I chose this route because you don't have to do like any jumping or parkouring. You can also kill mobs to get some coins. And when you're killing mobs, you can use an auto clicker and spam click because this is Bedrock Edition. And then once you have enough to get to your 250, you can just exit. Then you'll easily complete one of the challenges. Now that we have 250 coins, we can head over to the shop. We'll go to main lobby and then go to the shop that sells us the beanies over in that corner over there. And the first beanie that you want to buy is the bat one. This is because the bat one will help us actually get more money to buy the rest of them. So let's go back to the Sand of Time. And we'll put on our bat beanie to complete this advancement here, where we need to collect 100 sand from this specific minigame. So let's go ahead, I'll show you guys the route to take for the best amount of sand. Each time you walk this route, you want to pick up these coins over here, pick up this coin over here, and also pick up this piece of sand. And then we're going to go to our right. We're going to skip these rooms for now. Go to the far side over here, and we're going to pick up some sand and armor, as well as extra coins over here. These coins are going to help us purchase the next beanie, while at the same time we are getting the sand for this advancement. I would recommend turning on auto jump just because it's so easy to walk and pick up the sand with that on compared to jumping every time. We are trying to make this as easy as possible, so we're going to go around the outside of this room, pick up all the sand, also come over here, pick up this one. Use these pillars to hide away from the enemies on the outside. Now where we're going backwards, we're going to go ahead and just ignore the enemies. Come in here, pick up this sand. Pass all of these guys over here. Looks like someone opened the door. Might as well pick up this coins while I'm here. And pick up the sand here. And then finish off by going into this room, picking up this sand, and also picking up these coins here. And now we can go ahead and just leave this minigame. If you want to, you can come over here and hop on top of this little fire thing, and then come over here to this corner and click on the sand to acquire that one before leaving. And because you can leave at any time, we can collect coins really quickly without having to worry about the minigame ending. For all the other minigames, you have to kind of get timed or take an entire route before it can finish. We'll just keep doing this route until we get the advancement. I am using a foot controller, so all I have to do is push forward. Also, someone glitched this door open, so it's an easy way to get a bunch of coins without a bunch of extra work. And you can also attack the mobs as you're moving through to get a few extra coins. What the heck is with the stacked baby zombies? And doing a couple of rounds, you will eventually complete the bat one. And you can see while I was doing that, I also collected 912 coins up on the top of the screen. So let's go back to the main lobby to buy a few more beanies. So now we have enough coins to buy 3 hats. You'll want to buy the rabbit one, the ocelot, and the pink parrot. That's because all 3 of these are used in getting the advancement for the mini game Ace Race. Let's go ahead and teleport to that one. First up, we'll put on the rabbit beanie. And we'll go ahead and start the Ace Race just by going over here and walking across the start line and just follow the different paths, as this is part of the minigame. And then once you get to this area where there's this big old snake hanging over, we're going to use this to get the advancement while being AFK. We're just going to stand here, right in this corner here, and we're just going to push the back button, and it'll automatically launch us forward. And we'll just back up a total of 50 times. Or if you just AFK this less than 30 seconds, we'll have enough. Now to complete that advancement, you need to then also finish the entire minigame. But while we're here, we'll also complete another one of the challenges, which is actually part of the painting challenges. And we'll do this by coming over here to where this pink castle is. So once you come over here and you see this door, come up to this door, press B, and do the clap emote, and it will open up. Now we're going to have to follow this kind of rooms all the way upwards, and we're going to do a little bit of parkouring. And then once you see a frog, just click on the frog and then choose kiss the frog. And this will convert the frog into a prince. And then we just completed another cave puzzle. Now we can just jump off of the castle and continue completing the race so that we can actually get the completion of it. Okay, then once we end by going through this part over here, this is the actual finish line, and then we'll get the advancement. So now that we completed that one, we also completed 2 at the exact same time, this one and this one here, and now we're ready to switch out the hat to complete this one. So put on the orange ocelot hat. Now we're going to start the race again, but we're going to work on getting 100 boosts from these booster things. But we can do this more easily if you find one that's like this with a bunch of corners. If you walk across all these corners here, back and forth, every time you cross one of these corners, you're actually getting them added to your score. So we're getting 3 each direction, we're getting 6. We'll do this for about 30 seconds and you should have 100 of them. Now you just finish the rest of the minigame. You'll complete the next one, and if you click on it, you can actually see how many boosts you did. So I did an extra 60, so it's really easy to overdo this one. Next up, we'll switch out our hat for the pink parrot, and this time we're going to go for the challenge of going through the Elytra Gate 25 times. You might be wondering how this is possible since there's only 3 Elytras in this entire game. You'd have to do like multiple games in order to complete all of them. There's actually a little trick to getting this very easily. So when we come up to the first Elytra one, instead of flying that direction, what we're going to do is we're going to jump up. This will get us the Elytra onto us. So if we double jump, we'll start flying, but then once we hit the ground, we'll lose our Elytra. And as long as we stay pointing in this direction on this blue line, we can keep getting the Elytra. So after you've done this 25 times, we can now go ahead and finish the minigame. So now when we finish the finish line, we'll get the next one. You can see sometimes they get glitched out and textures start vanishing and turning pink. So now we completed all 4 of them that are related to this Race Ace game, as well as the one puzzle that was related to it. And now let's just go back and teleport to the main lobby. And while we're here, we complete one of the mystery cave puzzles by going over here to where there is this rainbow road. Climb up this rainbow road and then jump off the side over here. And then down here you see a trapdoor. If you go in swimming mode, you can touch this pressure plate and then open up the trapdoor and you can swim down here. And then just follow this and parkour across all of these different obstacles. And then you'll see this big portal here and just hop up in here and you'll complete the challenge. Now we have 3 out of the 7 puzzles completed. Now we're fairly close to the beanie store, which is just over here, and we can purchase our next beanie. And since we only had enough money to buy one, we'll just buy the yak one. Then go to the Meltdown game. So now that we're at the Meltdown game, we need to go ahead and put on our yellow yak beanie and start the minigame by clicking the controller over here. In this minigame, you just have to shoot these freezing arrows at the mobs, and once they get hit, they turn frozen, and then you break them with your left mouse button. This will give you coins. And in order to complete the next challenge, we need to break 350 of these mobs. And you can kill still from your teammates. Let them do all the shooting, and then just break the ice. And then once you complete one level, you'll advance into the next one, where it gets a bit more difficult. And while you're in here, you can also find piles of coins. And when you die, you get kicked out of the game. But I did complete one of the rewards for just playing the game. I also acquired 500 points. This is a good game to collect a whole bunch of points, where I defeated a total of 122 frozen mobs. So I have to do this about 3 more times, and then we should be able to complete this challenge. And then I should be able to complete. Yes, I did. Awesome. Plus, I got a lot of money from that one. Let's head over and buy the last beanies needed. So now that we have all the beanies, we're going to teleport back to Sand of Time and complete the last minigame challenge here. So we'll put on the Cyan Coyote. And now our objective is to pick up 75 different piles of coins within the minigame. So once we go into the mini game, right ahead of us is a pile right here. There's only 5 in there, but it doesn't matter the amount. We're just trying to go for different piles. One there, there's also one over here. And if you just go over to this room right here, there is 2 of them right here. So if you want to, this is kind of the best route. Just go in, grab those piles, and leave. And that will actually count towards our pile stack. Now you can go a bit further into the game to collect more coins, but you end up just wasting more time because you have to backtrack to actually exit the game in order for those coins to count towards you. You can also go in and just pick up this coin and then back right up into the portal and leave the minigame, and that will actually count to getting a coin stack collected. But it is worth at least getting 2 of these piles before leaving. Now, leaving, we'll finish it, and we got the reward, completing another one, collecting 75 coin piles. That also got us a whole bunch of points, so now we can finish buying the rest of the items for the mystery cave. Let's go head back to the main lobby, and let's head to the toy shop, which is this direction, and then over this direction. Now we can buy everything all at once, save us a little bit of time. So we need to buy 1 party popper. It has to look like this. We also need to buy 1 disco ball and 1 birthday firework. Now we should have enough coins to buy 10 of these gifting boxes. Now that we have 10 of those, we can complete one of the mystery cave puzzles. And that's just by going over here and going up this water tube. And then once we're up here, we need to just climb on the outside of this mountain until we reach all the way to the very top of the peak. So once you get to the very tippy top of it, then you can right click on your birthday firework and you've completed another cave puzzle. You don't actually have to use a firework up, but if you click the ground, you can shoot up in the air, which is kind of cool. And watch it, nice do explosion of 15 years. Now from here, you can go ahead and teleport to the lobby. And then we're gonna run over to buy our last item, which is over in this corner here, and that is getting a slice of cake. So if we right click this guy, come down here, buy cake slice, and now we can use this to teleport to Sands of Time. And then from here we're going to run over to this water tube here, and we're going to go up to the 2nd floor. And then from here we're going to go to the right over here where we see there is this statue with these blue eyes. We're going to stand right here, and we're going to hold our party popper and right click it and shoot it off, and this will complete another cave puzzle. You can see at the top of the screen we only have 2 more left. Now we're going to teleport to Meltdown, and we're going to have to parkour all the way to the top where there's a helicopter pad. And once you're on the helipad, go ahead and eat your cake. And you complete another advancement. You can see we only have 1 left on top of the screen. And then from here, we're going to teleport to Grid Runners, which is the only game we have yet to complete. Now we got to switch out our beanie for the axolotl one. And then we're going to go ahead and start a game. And while the game is warming up, we're going to try to complete one of the puzzles, which is placing down this disco ball. And then we're going to hold our disco ball in front of this guy with the starry eyes. And we're going to right click it to complete it. And that means we just completed everything related to the advancement for the Mystery Cave Challenge. And we kind of did this in 0 time as we were waiting for the mini game to start. Now if the game starts before you are ready, you'll have to play this game several times, so you have many opportunities to come over here and complete this cave challenge. So in the Grid Runners, you want to come over here to the window. A bunch of TTs can blow up, and if you jump while this is going off, you can end up going over to the far side. We're going to give you a sword. You can use a sword to kill the mobs in here. This can give you some coins, but since we already got plenty of coins, I like to just sit over here and AFK. And then once the timer goes down to 0, the next game comes in. It's good to practice with this game because we will have to do this one in the future. The idea is to click on your paintbrush on the color and then try to mimic the painting you see over there. You also want to throw this paint so the blobs actually land on the surface of the canvas. Usually I just walk to the far side and just work on these 2 colors here. So like this painting here needs some black, and it also needs some blue, so I'll try to take care of the blue as well. You don't want to spam too fast, otherwise the paint will never reach it. But yeah, the next game is to make some cake. It's kind of easy. You just come over here and destroy some sugar, and then also come and destroy some wheat. And then come over here and right click all your items into it. And while it's making a cake, come over here and just destroy some more sugar as well as some wheat from over here and use that on here to make more cakes and just repeat this process. This is another one you can practice during this round because eventually we will be doing this one in order to complete a future advancement. And then once the time's up, since we got our axolotl beanie on, we're going to come over here where there's this pearl and we're going to click on it in order to complete the advancement. And then we can go ahead and sprint across to finish the entire minigame, which once we complete it, we completed another advancement. And now we can go to the beginning by going through these little arrow things. This will put us back at the start and we just start another game. But before that game starts, we want to go ahead and switch out our beanie. Let's switch it out for the bear one. And for the purple panda, we're going to work on the cake. We need to get 200 ingredients. And while you're waiting for the game to start, if you're really fast, you can actually switch your hat to the lime llama one and start giving some of your gifting boxes out to the people here in the lobby. There's a cooldown, so you can't give it to the same person. If the game's about to start, you'll need to be fast to switch your hat back over to whichever one you're working on. We're working on the purple panda one. Okay, let's give out our last couple of gifts while wearing the llama one. Now we completed that advancement as well. Let's hurry switch back to our other beanie. Now we only have 2 left, which are both related to this game here. Now, since I have a fast clicking controller, easiest one for me is actually do the cow one. Since I can just click really fast and fill a whole bunch up with milk. And then the idea is that you come in and come over here to the cake and right click all of your milk at once. You can get a whole bunch started. You mostly just want to put your milk in before someone else does the milk or whatever item they're doing. So if it looks like they're going to go over and put it in, put yours in first. And for every item you put in, this will count towards your score. Sometimes people that have wheat will cause the cows to chase after them. When it gets down to the last few seconds, you can just sit here and right click. As every cake's being made, it'll take away 2 of them. And if you're really fast at it, once you complete the game, you will complete the panda ones. Now typically if you stay behind, it will just automatically teleport you into the next game. But when it comes to the cake making game, right before the game is about to end, if you come back to the beginning door and stay in the corner here, when the game finishes and everybody leaves, it would typically teleport everybody out, but I found that this area is just outside the boundaries and it won't teleport you. This means after a short delay, the next people will come in and play the game with you and you'll have 5 people in the game instead of the normal 4. You can also take advantage of this by collecting 64 of each ingredients during the first game, and then after those people leave, you can wait. As soon as the game starts, you can immediately put your ingredients into the cake and you'll be able to fill up all the slots without having to compete with anyone else. And if you do this with all 4 ingredients, you can easily reach the 200 ingredients needed to complete the purple panda one. But you can only collect ingredients during the actual game part, so you can't stock up in between. You can see despite the game being glitched out, I was actually given all the ingredients points. So I went from 200 all the way up to 436. This is an easy way to get this advancement without having to do several games. So we only have 1 more left before we actually get the cape. That is the gecko one, so let's start the game and switch out to the green gecko. For this one, we are going to do the painting one. So all the previous games, we practice our painting skills, so we should be able to complete this one pretty well. It'll be even nicer yet if your teammates don't do any painting, so you can do all the painting yourself. But essentially, we just need to fill in 200 blocks with the correct paint. We got a couple green geckos with us. So while it's the fighting room, when time gets pretty close, just come up to the door. Get ready to start sprint jumping so you can make it to the far side. And while you're running over here, take a look at what colors we need. So it looks like we need the black paint, so we can go ahead and work on that. And this guy's also doing the black. That's my job. Okay, since there's more black. It's always good to aim for the big spots first before doing the little spots. Don't spam too fast or it doesn't work. So for the other ones, you can just set them out and let the other guys gather all the points if they want to. So now I've completed all of the paintings, which means I have completed the MCC Cape. Oh, that's awesome. Now if I go over here, escape, dressing room, go over to capes. The cape will eventually pop up here. It might take like a day or so, and then after August 4th, it should start appearing up onto your Java Edition characters. And then the cape will look like this on your character. The deadline for getting the cape is August 4th at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And just like that, you can get the cape or even get it on a second account. Now check out this playlist on how I made an automatic farm for every single item in the game of Minecraft. And don't forget to leave a like on the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye!